Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this morning. We got a great show lined up, a special guest who drove a long way down here to be on the show. So we're excited about this. But first, let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew. Now today is going to be a little windy. We got winds coming out of the north about 20. You've been watching the weather. You see what the situation is. So just keep your eyes on the skies and listen to the good weather reports on what's going to be going on, and especially our eastern viewing area. High today will be 71, low 65, only a 6-degree difference. Yesterday we had a 30-degree difference, but today just only a 6 degrees difference. Water temperature 74 degrees at the end of the pier. Take a look at our river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. The Apalachicola of Bluntstown a 1.9, and you see what it is. It's sort of low and level. And the Choctaw Caravelle again, 1.7, low, low, low. Hopefully, I know we'll get some rain, and we'll have some effect on our river readings the next couple of days, and which would be good. Okay, now the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. The low tide this morning is at 8:15. It's coming in all day today to about 9:15 tonight. Good strong tide, but that north wind now is really going to be holding it back. So there won't be a lot of tidal flow on the surface. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with our guest. Okay, welcome back, and welcome our guest coming all the way down from Jackson County, from Delwood. This is Chuck Hatcher, Director of the Florida Park Service. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you driving that far down here. And he's the head man with the Florida Park Service. I was telling him I love to see the North Florida personnel get jobs like that, because I know the roots and I know how he'll take care of everything. So we're glad to have you.
Well, thank you so much. It's quite an honor.
Well, listen, you watch the show a good bit.
I do. I watch it. My cousin comes on quite a bit. You got him back on, Larry, Travis Bassford.
We got to do a disclaimer. He's a cousin to Travis Bassford and Larry Bassford. But I want you to tell our viewers how y'all can.
Yeah, so Travis's dad, Larry, is my double first cousin. His mother is my dad's sister, and his father is my mother's brother.
Okay.
And we're not from Kentucky. We're from Jackson County.
That's really good. Been there about 4 generations and all. So.
Yes, sir. 4 generations, right there in the Delwood community.
And for him to work his way up to be a director of all of these parks in the state of Florida, that speaks volumes of what kind of person he is and what kind of job he does. Now, y'all have some farmland up there, don't you? Or?
Yes, sir, we do. We manage about 1,500 acres, 750 acres with the corporation farm. My granddaddy's and my dad, former Judge Hatcher up in Jackson County for 37 years. He has about 750, and I get the opportunity to manage that. That's my part job.
Travis has told me about it, and I know your family enjoys it.
It is. We have it. I have a quail hunting place, but we do it for family, and deer hunting's only for family. So we have quite the place to enjoy all of our cousins.
What a blessing it is to have that for the family to come together.
It is. We're very fortunate to have the family we got.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how did you get to where you are today? Tell us how you got up here.
Well, a lucky break. So I went to school, had a degree in leisure services from University of West Florida, played baseball at Florida State prior to going to West Florida, but got a degree in leisure services. My dad was in the criminology field, didn't really, what in the world are you going to do with leisure services? So, but was hired on in Jackson County as their first director of parks and recycling back in 2006, and stayed there about 10 years. And then Gary Clark, a good friend of mine, became deputy secretary and asked me to come to work for the Florida Park Service. So I was able to come in as assistant director in charge of day-to-day operations of all 174 state parks at that time.
People, you were talking before the show, how many parks and the impact and all. So how many state parks do we have in Florida?
Right now we have 175.
175 state parks.
175, yeah, and then we manage about a little over 820,000 acres statewide.
Well, that's a handful, isn't it?
It is. It is. We have great park managers, and we're the 4-time gold medal winning park service. I used to say no other state has won it twice, but Delaware has won it twice. But we are the 4-time gold medal winning park service, and we're recognized as the best in the country, and I say the best in the world.
Yeah. Again, as you know, if you watched the show over the years, I'm a huge state park fan. I was telling Chuck, and I won't belabor the point, but when my kids were in diapers, we were camping in a tent at St. Joe State Park with a box fan to keep us cool, and we've camped there. And I've been so proud of Florida State Parks and all, and I will always have a pass to them. I know.
Yeah, we're quite the thing. You know, we employ a lot of people and provide a lot of economic impact to the state.
Tell us, you were talking about that. That's amazing. The amount of money. What's our economic impact with the Florida State Park system in our state?
Throughout the states, just shy of $4 billion, $3.9 billion economic impact. The Florida Park Service. Billion. So
bringing it in.
9 zeros.
That's a lot of zeros.
Yes, sir.
And the biggest thing, is maintain the beauty of it.
We do. Our job is to protect the resources.
Yeah.
We provide, our mission is to provide resource-based recreation while preserving, interpreting, and restoring our natural and cultural resources. So we provide nature-based recreation.
Yeah.
And preserve our history and our resources.
Oh, we've talked about, you know how we feel about conservation and taking care of our environment, and they just fit, we all fit together for taking care of it. The Florida Park Service and the Forest Service and all have been so good in our state. We have some pictures to show you, but what's going to be amazing, talking about restoring, we sort of had to restore St. Joe State Park.
We're in the process of rebuilding that. Hurricane Michael back in October 2018 was just devastating. Opened up a 1,700-foot pass there, did away right there at Eagle Harbor, and it started naturally filling back in. That thing was 1,700 foot wide at one time and over 30-something foot deep. We saw big boats going through there.
Yeah.
And there was some discussion whether it filled in or not, but it was naturally filling in. We added some more sand, but today we have the road paved back across there, put some box culverts in there where the little lagoon was, and we have the cabins. Hopefully will be back online very, very soon, and we're rebuilding the campground, so St. Joe was fixing to be back where it was.
Okay, and we have some pictures of it too. Really cool pictures of state parks different in our area. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back with Chuck Hatcher. Okay, Director of Florida Park Service, Chuck Hatcher, drove down from Delwood to be on Panhandle Outdoors. We certainly appreciate that, and we appreciate the Florida State Park system, and you know how strong we feel about it. We have some pictures. They sent us some pictures. Right. Do you have pretty good staff? Seemed like I didn't really talk to you in the pictures. Some of your staff members sent me the pictures.
I have a great staff.
Yeah.
The support is amazing that we have. We pride ourselves on great resources, but we have great staff as well.
I can say about the emails. We started on this 6 months ago,
yes, sir.
Or maybe even a year ago. Travis, I said, well, I'm going to get serious. 6 months ago, but like Travis, you have to sort of jump through the hoops and go through the process.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
I had a bunch of people call me. I think you put my picture up on the screen and said, if you know this man.
That's right. Remember that?
I had him call my sister, call me. I had a lot of phone calls that day. So you got to get up with Wince and get back on the show.
That's funny. All right, here we go. We're going to take these pictures now, good pictures. Tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, this is the new restroom over at Deer Lake. We just did a $1.1 million project there. If you remember, Deer Lake was a little dirt parking, unimproved parking with a Clivus toilet, new restroom there. This is a new pavilion at the same location.
Nice. So you can just get right there to it and have.
You can, and Deer Lake has about a 3,000-foot boardwalk that goes out to the Gulf. It's beautiful. This is just going to be a great asset for us.
We're going to run down there and show it. What was this one coming from?
All right, well, they're not. All right, so this is the Discovery Center at Lovers Key State Park. This is Hurricane Ian coming in, and this is the storm surge. This particular is about a $4.5 million visitor center. And it was designed to withstand a Cat 5 hurricane, and it did. And but that was just kind of the surge coming in, and this is probably a half mile off the beach.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, great. Do you know where this one
I
is?
recognize that because I see Grand Lagoon, but we don't have many trees. But I know that's St. Andrews State Park.
It is. So that's St. Andrews. We have about 150, a little shy of 160 campsites there. We did a project through Campground Reinvestment and then the NERDA, the National Resource Disaster Recovery, and that's the BP oil spill money. I might not have got that right, but I'll clarify it. But we did campsites, raised them up, and we raised the roads up because it always flooded. You got the king tides or anything coming with a real big rain event, and it flooded everything out.
I was showing this to my granddaughter Maddie last night because when they were little, we took them camping, and she said, "That's not where we camped." I said, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah, and we didn't take the trees out. The hurricane took the trees out.
I know, but we all going to plant some more trees? Or,
yes, sir. We are going to do a project there and already done some. You see a little small pine there.
Right.
And we were able to keep as many trees as we could, some live oaks as well.
I love them raised up like that. I guess this right away too. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is one of the cabins at St. T.H. Stone, St. Joseph Peninsula State Park. We're redoing the boardwalks out to the bay side on these. The cabins did not sustain a whole lot of damage, but it took a whole lot of money to get them back open. But we're in the process of getting that, and we hope to have those cabins open very, very soon.
So how many cabins are we going to have in there?
I think there's 9 cabins there.
I know there's a waiting list to get on there usually. When
it is, and that's quite to go through our reservation system. Yeah. But this is going to be great. But the cabins, we're going to have new paving. The new road, the spine road is going to be repaved going out there. So
this is going to be exciting.
Yeah. So this is the new restroom at what used to be Gulf Breeze Campground over at St. Joe. We did not put a campground back there because of the storm damage. We're trying to be resilient as a park service and the Department of Environmental Protection. So we put a day use area there. It'll be paved parking, and there'll be access to the beach there. We'll have 2 day use areas at St. Joe.
Okay, so the original, what I call the original campground. So you moved it over some.
We're going to move it over to the overflow traffic circle there at. It'll be Bayview. We're not building it this time, but Shady Pines will be rebuilt. That was the one a little bit further inland.
Yeah.
Shady Pines.
Campground 1 and 2 in the old days.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, what about this one?
This is St. Andrews again. This is our new paving. Had a great contractor there. Marshall Brothers did a wonderful job there, and Matt, and it is amazing. So. We worked there to save as many trees as we can. We had a meeting one day. It was really cold down there, and we changed the location of the campsites just to save trees. So
well, I heard about the Marshall Brothers working. They enjoyed working on this.
They do. They're amazing. They really are. They're a great company.
They're local boys that love the outdoors.
Yeah, like to hunt too.
They love it.
I got to talk to them about hunting.
And their kids do.
Yeah, so this is back at St. Joe. This is the Gulf Breeze day use area. It's going to have overflow parking for the boat and trailers there. We have a great boat ramp there that people love to use, and rebuilding that, dredging the marina out this next few months.
Now, is this the boat ramp or?
No, so this is not the boat. This is going into the day use area past. Okay. It's where it's where a Gulf Breeze campground used to be.
Okay.
So it's a new, larger area closer to the beach with a bathroom.
Oh, there's going to be a lot more parking then.
Yes, sir, a lot more, and that we expect that park to get really, really busy.
Oh yeah, I see your layout now. Yeah. Cool.
This is just us, and I think Duke Energy putting power up. They've worked very well with us. This is a spine road going up. This is a road that you go back to the cabins on, so we're repaving that as well and cutting down on that hill. It's a one-way road, so we got to wait till they get through before we can open it up.
Okay. It's going to be a lot higher.
Yes, sir. And there again, that's the entrance that goes into Shady Pines campground to the left, and the cabin would be back to the right. You can just see still the devastation there with the trees. We had a great prescribed fire there. We burned the whole peninsula. You go north there and had a good south wind and burned it all the way out to the point.
Wow.
Yeah. Same thing. This is I think a support facility over by the volunteer area and one of the day use where the kayaks are.
Well built.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be well built.
Very resilient.
And we talk about how everything got so messed up. And I know I was there. I saw that cut and all. The force of nature was incredible right there.
It was, and we went out there. Hurricane hit on a Wednesday, I believe. It hit us up in Jaco up in Mariana as well. But we were down on the boat on the Saturday. checking on our staff. Our staff was cut off there as well. A lot of our staff lost a lot of personal items there that weren't elevated. So.
Wow.
Yep.
The improvements are going to be so nice.
It'll really be nice, and we had Hurricane Ian that came in. We had a lot of parks closed. We've had our share. We got another hurricane out there. I know this show's tomorrow,
we'll be talking about it. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at fishing game times again. Well, one time during the day, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers, right in the middle of the day, 12:18 to 2:18. Chuck, do you ever have time doing outdoor activities?
I'm hoping to now that I'm a director. I may have a little bit more time.
Okay. All right. I know we're talking about Grayton Beach State Park. Oh, what a beautiful place it is.
Yes, sir. And so, we're very fortunate. St. George, St. Joe's, St. Andrews, Camp Helen, then we have Deer Lake, then we have Grayton Beach, Henderson Beach. So Grayton was named in the top 10, Dr. Beach again. Mm-hmm. We always have at least 2 parks on the list every year. So very proud of Grayton, and we do a lot of great work there.
Oh, that's great. And we got any others? I know Eden State Park is good. Eden State Park.
And what a beautiful site. My sister was there just over the weekend. She said she had never been, and I believe the movie The Frogs back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
It was filmed over there. But what a beautiful, we have a house, 1897 house, mansion that was built there, and back when the cypress and the lonely pines were very prominent. So.
One time I had a bucket list where we go to all the Florida state parks. I don't think I'll go to all of them, but in this area I've been to all of them, and that's cool. One thing now, the annual pass. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so an annual pass is the deal. So it gets you and your members of your family in. I think it's $120 something. It's very reasonable. $60 for a single pass, $120 something for an annual, and it's a great thing. You get into all of our state parks, and you get 2 admissions, I believe, at Weeki Wachee, where the mermaids are, and Homosassa. So, but it's a great deal.
You realize this same time what a bargain that is. If you take your family, maybe 1 or 2 other people out, that's $100 right there. I mean,
it is.
So that's exciting. I've had one for a long time.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
All right, so we had, I think I've covered everything here as far as parks we have. We just had a Hurricane Ian. We have Tropical Storm Nicole right now out in the Atlantic. But this is some of our strike teams. What we do when we have a hurricane. Okay. Hurricane Michael, Hurricane Irma. We have strike teams that go out and help the local parks clean up, and it's amazing what work they do. The amount of camaraderie that they do, and just makes them feel good. It makes the park feel good. But we've had 11 different strike teams, over 70-something staff down there for the last 6 weeks. I've been down there 3 times to look at the damage. But Aaron Miller, he's the park manager at St. Joe, and that's his crew, and out there chipping. So
and they know, they've been there and done that.
Been there and done that. We have plenty of experience. We bought a lot of equipment during Hurricane Michael. That's some more of the staff. I think some of that staff is from the D1 area as well, might be D2. D2, that's Fort Clint's group. And that's what we do. After we go, we work all day, and in the afternoons we take a break.
I got tickled when I saw this. Isn't this what we do as outdoors when you go cut that wood and come back in and sharpen that blade?
You do. and we have all the safety equipment that we wear with the chaps and the goggles and hard hats and the hearing protection. That's our staff. Majority of our staff are wildland firefighters and do prescribed fire, but they're the ones that go out and get it done. This is a group that the volunteers put together just to show their appreciation. The Ranger Association helped us out this year, and they provided meals at some of the locations that we were, and we actually provided funding to some of the staff. The foundation, our support organization for the state, ponied up $50,000, and we did $1,000 grants to staff. The Ranger Association, Florida Park Service Ranger Association did that. So quite a great family.
Well, I know, and the volunteers, the park volunteers and all, that's a great group of people.
Oh, it is. We couldn't do it without them. I think, COVID really set us back in the day with volunteers. That there's a high-risk group, but we're back. They're provided about 1 million hours a year of volunteering. Wow. So it's amazing, and we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, I know Camp Helen has a good group over there. They had pumpkin sales recently, I think I saw, and all kind of things.
Yeah, we have local volunteers that live in the community, and then we have resident volunteers that live in the park. They can stay there about 16 weeks before they need to move on.
And over the years, we would always meet. In fact, we camped pretty close to one of them before, and all. They're just love outdoor people.
They are. They're just great people. They're park people. They're family.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. We've got about 2 minutes left. What's the biggest challenges we're going to be facing?
Well, you know, we've been very fortunate. We got a great budget for our FCO, a fixed capital outlay, $233 million the legislature gave us. We're in the process of spending that money. We have a list of projects. We're doing $87 million in new construction, $130 in repair and maintenance. We have a lot of things we got to fix.
Yeah.
The hurricanes are an impact. I think Hurricane Irma, we had about $40 million worth of damage. Michael was about $70 million, and we expect Ian to be that. Nicole's coming in. Hopefully it won't be as bad, but you know, we go to work every day, and we make sure staffing. You know, we want to make sure we're hiring the right people, and people come to us with a master's degree and start at $31,000 a year. Yeah. So they just come. They do it because they love it.
They love it. Yeah. And another thing too, I know you were talking about we still can acquiring and purchasing property like at Tate's Hale there.
Yes, sir. So the Florida Forever projects are there. So they purchased 17,000 acres. Forestry got about 10,000 of that. We got about 7,700 acres of that. So it's going to be in a preserve area.
Yeah, when that happens, that belongs to us.
All of us.
And it won't be developed. So we talk about it all the time. And we just took away. Every time I see something like that, I put a big old smile on it.
It is. Our Division of State Lands does a really great job. We go from the Occolotney River State Park all the way out to Ball Point. So we got a great secretary. Sean Hamilton is our great secretary. Used to be director of the regulatory division over here in Northwest Florida. And Mara Gamineri, got to put her name in. She's a wonderful deputy secretary. Came from external affairs director for Governor DeSantis. So great team.
Next time you come down, bring a couple of them down there with you.
I'll see if I can.
We've run out of time.
We have. I do appreciate the opportunity, Winston. Thank you so much.
We're so glad to have you. Appreciate you taking time to come down here and keep them going in Tallahassee and spread it out. Thank you for all this work.
Yeah, that's how we do it in Jaco.
Okay. Do something good today for someone else. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.